Besides pumpkins, apples are all around us during this time of year, and the usual drinks and desserts can be found everywhere. But today's cupcake brings a little twist that will double our apple enjoyment. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nerlande, and every week I bring you tips and tricks on how to create boozy cupcakes. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll always know when I upload new videos. Fall is by far my favorite season of the year. Cooler temperatures and the changing of the leaves announce a time of cozy fires, warm drinks, and seasonal favorites. Besides pumpkins, apples are all around us during this time of year, and the usual drinks and desserts can be found everywhere. But today's cupcake brings a little twist to double our apple enjoyment. The star of the show is apple butter. Presenting apple cupcakes filled with bourbon apple butter, topped with a bourbon apple butter frosting and garnished with a little orange zest. If you're not a fan of apples but enjoy the warm fall spices, then check out my other videos on fall recipes. The cocktail inspiration for today's cupcake is a twist on the classic old-fashioned. It's an apple butter old-fashioned. The old-fashioned is a simple cocktail made with bourbon, sugar, bitters, ice, and garnished with an orange peel. In the 18th century, when you walked into a bar and ordered a cocktail, be it a whiskey cocktail or a gin cocktail, the bartender would just take that spirit and add sugar, bitters, ice, or water. As time went along and bartenders started adding more ingredients to their cocktails, those who preferred the old simple recipe would ask the bartender a cocktail made the old-fashioned way, and that's how the name stuck. So our apple butter old-fashioned stays true to the original, substituting only apple butter for the sugar. So what's our twist for the cupcake? Apple is diced and added to the batter, and apple butter is mixed with bourbon and added to the filling and the frosting to give us a double dose of apple flavor. Before we get started on the cupcake, why don't you let me know what's your favorite apple and what's your favorite apple dessert? Personally, I love Granny Smith's, and my favorite dessert is not quite a dessert. I just love Dutch apple pancakes. So grab your drink and get comfortable. It's time to start the cupcake. Let's start off with the dry ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, whisk together the flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Then set aside. For the wet ingredients, in another large mixing bowl, start whisking together the melted butter, brown sugar, white sugar until well combined. Then add the eggs one at a time, whisking until smooth. Then add the vanilla extract, the bourbon, and the milk. Continue mixing until very well incorporated, then set aside. Slowly add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients and stir gently until combined. The batter will have a few lumps, but that's okay. Once everything is incorporated, then add the diced apples. Just fold them in. Fill the cupcake liners to about 3/4 and bake in the oven at 350 degrees for about 21 to 23 minutes. Once the cupcakes are cooled, core them and set them aside for the filling. Then take your apple butter, about 1/4 cup of apple butter, and mix in 2 tablespoons of the bourbon. Once it's mixed, using a spoon, add them to the cored cupcakes. For the frosting, we'll be using bourbon, apple butter, cream cheese, unsalted butter, and confectioner's sugar. In your mixing bowl, add the butter and cream cheese and start mixing until smooth and light in color. Add the apple butter and the bourbon and mix them until incorporated. Then start adding the powdered sugar 1 cup at a time. Keep mixing until the frosting is nice and smooth. A double dose of apple with bourbon on top. It doesn't get any better than that. If spice is your thing, then go check out my chai white Russian cupcakes video. If you enjoyed this video and would love to see more, then like and subscribe and check out the playlist below. As always, it was a pleasure hanging out with you. Remember to eat and drink responsibly. Bye!